Hello and welcome once again to Woo Wednesdays. I'm your host, Mojo Medium. You'll find me on the web at mojomedium.com. And my name is also Susan Morrow Johnson. I am a speaker, trainer, author, coach, and yes, I am a psychic medium. And as the Mojo Medium, I am your destiny coach. I help you bring out your mojo. I help you connect with your essence so that you like your life and things go well, or things go well and you like it. So that's what we're going to talk about today, actually. So I want to cover a couple of things first, a little housekeeping here. Now, when it comes to feeling like things are not going well, oh my, I have a bold lip today, don't I? Don't you love a bold lip? So when it comes to choosing your destiny, which is today's topic, I want you to know that there are plenty of indications, messages, and evidence for you to know when you're out of alignment with your soul's goals, to know when you're out of alignment with your destiny. Okay, so that would include things not going well, a bad relationship or relationships, not liking your job, not making more money when you want to, living in a place you don't like, not getting to have the experiences that you want, like traveling, um, not feeling fulfilled in your job and in your day-to-day life. If you're a business owner, I work with a lot of small business owners and solopreneurs. If the doors are slamming shut in your face, that is a clear message from your soul, from your essence, that something needs to change. You were meant for something more enjoyable and more fun. So when you have those kinds of messages and evidence coming in for you, I want you to think of me and get a destiny diagnostic. This is a no-cost call that I offer to people who are curious and interested and stuck in that unhappiness and what do we call it? Dissatisfaction, uncertainty, and lack. Yeah. So when you're stuck in that place, then you want to get a destiny diagnostic, and I'll get you started with digging right in with your guides, your late loved ones, and you. And we will start with, okay, what's working, what's not working, and why? Where do you need to be headed next? What's the right direction for you according to your your soul? Yeah. So that's what I do. Kind of like the soul whisperer. That's probably been taken. Anyway, I encourage you to do that. You'll find it on mojomedium.com, the Destiny Diagnostic. In fact, the homepage says find out how. Click there and it'll take you right to the Destiny Diagnostic. So I look forward to working with you in that. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about how do you choose your destiny? What is this choosing destiny? Doesn't that sort of uh, contradict each other? Is that it's kind of an oxymoron, you know? Right. So here's the thing. I've studied destiny a lot over my lifetime, which is getting longer and longer. And when I was a child, I was raised in the Presbyterian church. And so in the Presbyterian liturgy, it is believed that God has preordained everything. So there is a belief in preordination. So that means that you have been assigned everything that happens in your life by a divine entity, by a deity who is like taking notes and, putting black marks by your name and so forth and so on. And all of that kind of didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And, I always avoid talking about free will because I don't like the term. But I think I'm going to tell you why I don't like the term. In the same way that there is no deity dictating who you are, what you'll do, what your destiny is. There is no deity who is granting you or able to take from you free will. Yes, you have choices, but there's nobody giving it to you or taking it to you, taking it away from you. You understand what I'm saying? So, is there destiny? Is there free will? Is it both? Is it either? Okay, so in all my digging around, divine downloading, as is my want. I used to call it getting messages from the cosmos, and it's been going on all my life. In that, and studying and reading and thinking and meditating and journaling and working these out, after many years of studying, I've discovered that it is a combination of destiny and choice. Notice I don't use the term free will. So the destiny part comes in with what I call destiny points. There are things that, oh, who made the choice of the destiny? You did. You did before you were born. So if you read, there's a wonderful book by Michael Newton, and it's called Journey of Souls. And if you read that, it'll give you a little bit better idea of life between lives, life in the spirit realm. So fascinating stuff. And it lines up with all of the thousands of dead people I've talked to. It was very validating for me to read that book because, excuse me, it really matched my experience and my beliefs. So that was very cool. Okay. So you chose what you were going to do, but you didn't lay it all out like, okay, I'm going to, do this on day 1 and day 2 and day 3. And then when I'm 25, I'll do this. And it's not like that at all. But you did have goals. Your soul has goals that it wants to meet in order to grow, to love more, to have the expansion of soul and spirit and consciousness and essence. I hope that makes sense. So there are things that I call destiny points. These are the things in your life that will happen one way or the other. So that's like who your parents will be, maybe when you'll die, although I think there's some flexibility there. Who you'll marry, what you're going to study in school, maybe when you finally start figuring this stuff out and figure out choose the destiny you want. So those are what I call destiny points. Some of them are attached to time, some are not. They're just part of your life. And so those are immutable. But the rest of your soul's goals are about, I want to experience not climbing Mount Everest, but I want to experience the feeling of. I want to experience what it's like to be on the receiving end of bad treatment. Or I want to experience giving bad treatment to somebody else. These are ways that we grow. According to Journey of Souls and Dr. Michael Newton, one of the main goals that we all have, all of us, is overcoming fear, which I found that so fascinating. Now, that was something that was new to me. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, when it was new to me when I read the book, but it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense to say that overcoming fear is a huge part of what we are here to do. In the same way that we are definitely here to love and expand our capacity for love, to help others, to help one another, and to enjoy what we're doing and enjoy who we are, to know ourselves, and to be us, to be as close to our true self as we can be. Now, this is the thing. Excuse me, I think I have a cat here on my note. The thing about that is that human life just tends to get lifey, right? I mean, what we're taught and what we're shown and what we're expected, things that are expected of us, all of that from childhood on, really got too much bright light in here. Somebody opened the drapes. I apologize if I'm totally washed out or glaring in your eyes. All of those things affect us. And as you know, most of your beliefs and your habits and your values are ingrained permanently in your subconscious before you're 7 years old. That can be changed. It can be changed. That's something that I help my clients with as well, to change your subconscious. And there are other lots of ways to do that as well, but mine's the best. So that can cause you to feel like to get away from your soul's goals and not to know who you are, what you're meant to be, what you wanted to be before you got here. And I'm trying to go slow, but I know I tend to talk fast. I hope I'm not jumping around too much. So not only does your environment, your family, society at large, et cetera, really shape your beliefs and your ideas about yourself. But you also, we also are not encouraged to develop our intuition or our self-awareness. And maybe you've seen in recent years some pictures or videos of children meditating. It's fantastic. If we could get the whole world doing it, that would be awesome. It is a great way to calm and center your heart and mind, and also to access that subconscious and access your soul's goals. So it's a way of communicating with the essence of you, that is the energy that is part of the energy of all that is. And that that essence is the small still voice. It's within you, it is a part of you, and it's a part of everything. So when you learn to meditate well, you can become in union with that. You can commune with it. And consciously, when we're walking around on a day-to-day basis and we've got all of our thoughts and we got to go to the grocery store, the dog has to go to the vet, all of that stuff, it's a little hard to think about, who am I really? What am I here for? But we do get to it, don't we? We do get to it. And when you get to that point in your life where you're like, okay, who am I now? Who am I now that I've raised the kids and they're grown? Who am I now that I'm divorced? Who am I now that I'm widowed? Who am I now that I'm not his wife anymore? Who am I now that I'm a grandma? Who now am I now that I've lost my job? Now that I've changed careers? Now that you know, and that's why you look back to your childhood. So, how do you choose your destiny? So the destiny in this instance, okay, so it's choice and destiny, right? The destiny in this instance, I want you to know, is not limited to one thing. It is not limited to one thing. You get to choose which destiny you want right now. And how do you do that? Well, fortunately, while we're not usually privy to a memory or memories of our soul's plan, there is the soul left us a clue. And this is this 5-word message from your soul for you. 5 words. Use your talents in service. And I like to say, if we all used our talents, there would be perfect balance. So when we talk about choosing your destiny, you start with your talents. Those talents, and you have far more than you think you do. You may think you don't have any. I promise you do. All of my clients, they're like, well, I can write and I'm good at math, you know. And then we get into the process and it's like, oh, you've got like 23 great talents that are really good. And there are 2 that you don't really enjoy, so you don't have to do those. So let's pick the ones that light you up the most right now and put together those 3 or 5 or 12 talents and make your own little personal destiny stew, that's just what you are uniquely able to bring to the world. And it doesn't have to be anything that's woo, although most of my clients are in the woo world, like I am. But you can definitely go with more practical things. The main thing is to notice from your childhood what you really liked before life got all covered up on you. And so that is how you do it. You go back to, you have to be connected with your spirit guides, with your essence, your soul, and you have to think about, journal on, meditate on, work with me on, to see what it was that you came into this life with. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you my own exciting story about this. It wasn't that long ago, even though I had been working on this for many, many years. I've been working with clients on this for many years. And you may find, just as a little aside, you may find that your greatest pain or your greatest wound is exactly what you're here to help other people with. And it may be in all different ways. And that's why we work on that, all different ways. But as a healer, I don't really think of myself as a healer. I guess I fall in that category, but healers will heal themselves as they heal others, and vice versa. And that's, I think you can extrapolate that to everybody. As you heal yourself, you will heal others, and vice versa. It doesn't have to be, that you're a massage therapist or a Reiki practitioner. It can be you're working a regular job. But as you are becoming self-aware and you are choosing beautiful purposes that you want to fulfill in this life, then then those around you will be served and will be helped to heal. So, okay, so that's my little aside about that. So I was working on for many years. I mean, I started as a psychic medium 2005, started coaching almost immediately after that. And through all of that, then I became a real expert in manifestation. I'd already been studying law of attraction and so forth. And I keep learning about manifestation too, which is very cool. There's some quantum physics stuff out there that will do your head. So I became a manifestation expert. I've been teaching manifestation for that long, 20 years, and developed this destiny work along the way as well. And it often had different names, but this verbiage came up. And then after I got the words for the destiny stuff, which all goes with everything I've been coaching for years, it all matches. It's just the words of the destiny and the concepts of choosing your destiny. And I had my own real, I call it my big reveal, this moment when it was like, whoa, this is who I am. This is who I am. This is who I came into this life to be. No question. I mean, it was the heavens glowed kind of moment. It was the angels chorused. It was laughing, crying, chills, just this moment of astonished, beautiful homecoming. I had come home to me. And this is who I was before anyone told me that most writers can't make any money, so you shouldn't do that. Most teachers don't make good money, you shouldn't do that. Most actors don't make good money, you shouldn't do that. That was before I ever was told any of that or ever thought any of that. When I believed in magic when I was a child, and when I had the dreams that I had, those have all come to fruition. The talents I came into this world with, I am now using to help you. So it's a very beautiful thing. And when I get to help somebody else come to that point, then that's what life is all about. And so when you are living your purpose, when you choose your destiny for right now, you feel good. Now, you're not going to be in a state of euphoria all the time, because as human beings, we can't maintain that. It's not possible. But you can have a good day most days. And you will remember, if you do have an experience with euphoria, you will remember it. And you can tap back into that and go, yep, this is right. And here's the great thing about choosing your destiny. If you become dissatisfied, uncertain, and in lack again, or if you're not inspired anymore by what you used to do, just like when you started this, you get to go through the process again and just choose all over again. And then you know how to do it. And you choose all over again. You can do a complete 180, or you can just do like a 45-degree change if you want to. It's a very wonderful process. It's exciting. It's interesting. It's why we're here. If we all used our talents, there would be perfect balance, because every talent fulfilled and used in service to others blesses both the server and the served. That's another MoJoism. Yeah, I'm so pithy. Okay, hold on. I'd like to, I'm going to wrap up pretty quick since we don't have a live audience today. Speaking of, I am going to, if I do have live audience, I will interview somebody every single week, which I love doing. And yeah, I'm going to have a talk show. I mean, I also love talking to you. I love talking to you. But yeah, I love to interview people too. So we're going to do more of that. So come in next week for that. Okay. So it's time for a good news only angel card reading. I was inspired, guided to create these cards several years ago. I used to hear this question a lot from, excuse me, when people would find out I was a psychic. A lot of times people would say, they would say, ooh, what kind of bad thing is coming along for me? What do I need to look out for? What should I be ready for? What should I be worried about? Okay, well, we all know if you look for the good, guess what you find? If you look for the bad, guess what you find? So I have always specialized in good news. I don't give bad news in psychic readings because, uh, for one thing, I usually don't get that information for you if it's something that is supposed to happen for you. You know, if it's a destiny point that you're supposed to, I don't know, break your leg, then I won't get that information. But if you're going to break your leg and it can be prevented by me telling you, then I will get it. So that in that case, it's good news. You're not going to break your leg, or you are going to break your leg, but let me tell you what's going to happen from that. That's good, right? Specializing in good news. So I call these the good news only fortune telling cards. And I love to close Woo Wednesdays with one of these cards. And the way that card readings work is this is for you whenever you may see this. Okay. So for the next few days to a week, you can look forward to fun, having fun. And I tell you what, I need this card today because we got some weird shit going on around here. Not weird, just complicated and nerve-wracking. Okay, so fun you can look forward to the next few days to a week. Okay, so it's not, I was checking to see if it had to do with relief, like having fun and it becomes as a relief, but that's not the case. So this is for you. Um, yeah, so it just feels like, okay, so first of all, I got sort of an image of water sports, you know, kind of a general thing, like getting out and having fun. Maybe it's the last great weather weekend of the season for you, something like that. But then I also got an image of you sitting very quietly and reading and maybe having a little snack, your favorite little snack, you know. And I think that what this is saying is that what you think is fun is what you can look forward to the next few days to a week, even though you probably don't expect it at this point. Okay. Yes, it could be a party. It could be a surprise party. It could be an outing with your friends. It could be an outing with your family. It could be a surprise visit from a loved one. So expect fun in the next few days to a week. And that's your good news. Remember to get a destiny diagnostic at mojomedium.com. You'll just schedule it. It's easy. And there's some information on the website about it. And you'll just get on my schedule and we'll meet on Zoom and we will talk about you choosing your destiny and getting the doors to start flying open for you. All right. So until next week, yes, until next time, I remain your hostess with the mostest, Mojo Medium. I hope you have a wonderful week and happy hump day. Take care.